Hi, it's Vicky. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to take you through a really nice sequence that's going to help you calm down and let be. So instead of saying let go, today's focus is going to be on letting your emotions be and accepting what is going on with you. And this way we can start to heal and move forward. So it's a really good time to practice this in autumn. We're in autumn here at the moment. And when you're ready, grab a bolster if you've got one, otherwise some pillows, books, whatever you've got. Prop yourself up in a comfortable seated position. You can be cross-legged or kneeling like me. And we're going to start with a breathing exercise. So wave your hand, doesn't matter which one, and then bend your second two fingers and try and straighten the last two fingers. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit crooked, it's okay. And then bring them to your left nostril. Soften your eyes to close. Exhale out through your right nostril. Inhale into your right nostril for 3. Exhale out for 3. Inhale for 3. Exhale out 3. Inhale for 3. Exhale out 3. Now close off your right nostril. Inhale into your left nostril. Exhale out 3. Inhale for 3. Exhale out 3. Inhale for 3. Exhale out 3. Close left. Inhale for right. Inhale right for 3. Close right. Exhale out left for 3. Inhale left for 3. Close left. Exhale out for 3. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Close. Exhale. Inhale fully. Close. Exhale fully. Last round. Inhale. Close. Exhale. So you should be feeling a little bit calmer already. This is a really good one to do this time of the year where immunity can get a little bit compromised. We're working on the lungs and the large intestine today a little bit. So I'll explain it a little bit more. Not too much, just a little tiny bit. When you're ready, grab your mat and let's get started. Slide your bolster out of the way. Come onto your hands and your knees. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips, and then just let your hips roll around to one side, inhaling and exhaling, big circles here. Loosen off through the hips and the shoulders. Breathing as you like. And then going for a few in the other direction as well. A little bit of clicking is all good, just loosening up through those joints, loosening up through those muscles. And then when you're ready, you're going to find a way into downward facing dog, but keep your knees nice and tucked so that when you extend your hips up towards the sky, you're coming into connection to those thighs with the stomach. And allow your heart to melt forward, breathe here. So you might need to walk your dog in a little bit more than normal, bend the legs a little bit more than normal. And you can play around with walking your feet back and forth. And then start to straighten through one leg, bend through the opposite knee, breathe here. Just allow the head to shake out Loosen off through the top of the head. And then bend through the other leg, straighten through the other knee. Feel that beautiful stretch into the back of the calves. Then straighten through both legs, bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, raise your left leg high to the sky, or one leg high to the sky. And then exhale, open the hip, bend the knee. See your little foot here, give it a wave. Exhale, draw near the chest, float it in between the hands. And then step it inside, in between the hands there. Inhale, come onto the fingertips, open the heart. And then exhale, start to strain through the front leg, forward fold, just a little bit. Soften through the back of the head, inhale, open your heart. And then exhale, you're going to balance here. And then bring the opposite foot behind you forward and see if you can wrap the top knee around the bottom knee. Slide the foot down. You'll come into your eagle legs or a twisted like roots here. And then maybe you can bring the hands behind the back here into reverse prayer, or you can just cross the elbows, whatever's available for you. And then start to bring everything in towards your center. So hugging everything in towards the midline here. Find a steady gaze. Soft gaze through the eyes. Keep drawing your knees in towards the center, hips in towards the center. One more round of breath. And then from here, you're going to unleash that top foot. Release the top foot. Grab your peace fingers. Strong through that standing leg, and then exhale, kick the foot out in front of you if that's available. The knee can be bent, doesn't have to be straight. Balancing here, maybe bringing the opposite arm out to the side, and maybe sending that leg out to the side here. Maybe your gaze can follow. Steady breath, and then when you're ready, bring that foot to the inside of the top of the thigh, so it can either be right up high or down on the ankle, just avoiding the knee there. And then keep drawing the knee down, opening the hip up. And then maybe you can do something of your choice with your arms. So this time of the year, letting everything, well, we live in a very yang world, so kind of allowing and accepting, seeing things just settle in. So this time of the year, you'll see that the leaves start to drop, and the trees drop their leaves so that they can bring them back into the earth for nourishment. So everything starts to decide what is necessary, what is not. And then draw your knee in towards the center. Give a little stretch out. So it's a great time to declutter, clear your space, simplify your life, and decide what you do and you don't need. Bring your hands to your heart space here. Take a moment and maybe bring an intention. Maybe it's to declutter something. Maybe it's to simplify something. Maybe it's to become more accepting and loving and kind. And then when you're ready, inhale, bend through the knees, reach the arms up towards the sky, gaze up. And then exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips. Inhale, halfway, extend the spine, flat back. Plant the hands, and then send one foot back, followed by the other foot here. Engage your belly, and you can choose whether you take a vinyasa on the knees or off the knees. So I'm going to stay off the knees with this one. You can come down onto the knees if you like. If you're staying off the knees, exhale, elbows come down halfway. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, open the heart. And then exhale, fold over the feet, downward facing dog. And then just walk it out. Finding that breath, finding your rhythm. And then inhale, raise your right leg high to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, draw knee to chest, float it in between the hands. And then inhale, come onto the fingertips, open your heart. Exhale, forward fold, soften. Inhale, open your heart. And then from here, finding your balance, bringing that back foot up in front of you, wrapping the top knee around, sliding it down the back, off the back leg, and then drawing the hip of the top knee back, the bottom hip forward, and then finding your way into either reverse prayer or just crossing the elbows and breathe there. And then from here, bringing that top knee up, peace fingers here, strong through that standing leg, and then kick out through that front foot. Then when you're ready, maybe bring the arm out to the side here, opening the leg out to the side, soft gaze here, breathe. And in your own time, take your time, bring that foot either above or below the knee. Keep drawing the hip down. And then from here, finding your tree. So again, drawing that energy inwards. So the summertime is a time where we're really focusing on the outworld. We're full of energy, we're full of life, full of expression. Now's the time to draw your energy more in towards you. So maybe you'd like to make a lotus flower here. Or maybe you'd like to imagine that you've got a flower with petals that are just falling away in the wind. And then draw that knee towards the centre. Slowly let it go. Shake out the feet if you need. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine, flat back. Plant the hands and either step or float your way back to chaturanga. If you're floating back, you'll come halfway down straight away. Inhale, open the heart. Up dog. Exhale, fold over the feet. Downward facing dog. So we're going to move a little bit quicker this time. Inhale, raise your right leg, right, left, right. Doesn't matter which one. First one, up to the sky. Open the hip, bend the knee. Exhale, draw near the chest, float in between. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open the heart. And then exhale, wrap your top foot around, hugging your knees, everything in towards your center. Sweep your arms around. Stay here for a breath. And then from here, finding your balance. Peace fingers, kick that foot forward, sending the leg out to the sky, and then maybe out to the side. Bring it in towards your center, finding your tree. Maybe finding some sort of mudra or movement with your hands. You can be leaves swaying in the wind here. And then draw the knee towards the chest, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time I'm going to float back. Vinyasa. Finding your down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg high to the sky, or the other leg. Then bend your knee, open the hip. Exhale, draw knee to chest. Inhale, open your heart. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open. Finding your way into your eagle legs. Wrap that top foot around. Bring your hands behind your back here. Opening to your chest. Expanding, inviting new oxygen into those lungs. And then from here, grabbing that foot. Every time we balance, it's a really good opportunity to go more inwards. To find our center. To become more grounded. And then bring that foot in. Again, floating away. Some sort of movement here. Drawing it in, inhale, reach up. And this time just crossing one wrist over the other, sending your hips and your arms in the opposite direction. Big side stretch here. Breathe deep into the side lung. Then finding your way back through center, reach up a little bit taller, sending your hips and arms in the opposite direction here. Then find your way back through center, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Last vinyasa, inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine, flat back. Plant the hands and either float or step your way back to chaturanga. Inhale, open, extend the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then inhale, ripple through the spine here. Come onto your hands and your knees. And you're going to find your way into puppy pose. So start to walk the hands forward. Have your hips over your knees here. And you can choose whether you bring a block underneath the forehead or the bolster, or just allow the forehead to come down here. And so here we're really working on the lungs, the expansion of the lungs, and releasing across the chest and along the pecs as well, so releasing the pec minor. So you can bring the elbows even wider, they don't have to be close together. And then just breathe across your heart space. You can release the tuck of the toes if you like. And we'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. So this time of the year, emotions such as grief and sorrow can come up. These emotions run very deep. So if we try to say let go of grief or let go of sorrow, saying goodbye to someone who you love or you've lost is a big thing. So I like to say just let be with whatever's going on in your body, in your heart, in your soul and your spirit. Accept, allow, taking one more round of breath, and then finding your way back up onto your hands and your knees slowly here. Inhale, you're going to reach up through one arm. Bend through the elbow, reach the arm up towards the sky. A little twist here, opening up through the chest, and then exhale, sending it underneath, thread it underneath you, and then just allow the opposite ear to come down on the same ear as the shoulder down here. And just breathe here. Then pushing through the earth here. Inhale, reach that same arm up towards the sky. And then exhale, lower it down. Opposite arm comes up. Exhale, send it through. So once we work through these really heavy emotions, inspiration can happen. So by just breathing, being present, accepting, and allowing, we're able to move on from these really, really deep parts of us that may be causing blockages. And then when you're ready, reach the arm up, and then exhale, let it down. And from here, we're just going to find child's pose. So bring the knees nice and wide, big toes to touch. You can use your bolster here. If you don't have a bolster, you can roll up some blankets and bring it up nice and close so you can just allow yourself to mount down, letting one ear come to one side. So allowing the eyes to soften to close, or just allow a soft gaze and a soft smile to enter. And then just turning your head the other way. And then find your way back through center, working your hands up. And from here we're going to find your first forward fold. So you can use the bolster here, bringing your legs out in front of you. And you can choose whether you take this in an active way. So if you're active, you're going to squeeze out the legs, engage the quads, flex the feet, and then you'll hinge from the hips a little bit and forward fold. If you'd like to take a passive version with me, and yeah, I love to be passive, so you can just let the legs go completely floppy and allow the spine to roll forward. And you can make a pillow with your hands here. So it's perfectly okay for the spine to round here, but if you have anything going on with any of the discs in your back, just maybe propping yourself up a little bit or taking a little bit more of a straight spine here. And we're going to stay here for 10 rounds of breath. One more round of breath. A full exhale. And working your way up. Nice and slowly. Bring that bolster behind you now. Bring it right behind the lower back. And then bring your big toes to touch, or soles of the feet to touch. Let your knees just rock out to the sides. And you can choose your version of butterfly today, so you can take it to more of a diamond or bring the feet in closer. It's up to you depending on what you want to work on. So this will be more inner thighs, this will be a little bit more hips and spine. So you can bring blocks underneath your knees if you like as well. And then from here, just working your way back to reclining butterfly. So we're just allowing the heart open here. Arms can come out to the sides. And if you let the palms open, you can receive new energy. Take one more round of breath. Full exhale, maybe out through the mouth this time. Then just roll off your bolster here. Let your knees run towards each other for a moment. find yourself onto your back here, into constructive rest, or well, whatever you call it. Knees up towards the sky, feet underneath the knees roughly. And then just shuffle your hips down a little bit so you can brush the feet with your fingers here. And then from here, feet are roughly hip width apart. You're going to inhale and then exhale. Draw the belly towards you, lift up through pelvic floor. Start to peel the hips away. Send the knees away from you. And breathe here in your bridge. Just soften through your jaw and allow your chest to be completely soft here. Whilst we're opening it, we want to make sure that those shoulders are connected to the earth. Soft gaze. And then when you're ready, just going to melt down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. So softening through the upper back, now the mid back, lower back, and release. And then just extend through one leg, straighten through the leg, and then just squeeze the opposite end towards the chest. Allow those shoulders to soften again. So this is a really good one for digestion. So we're working on the large intestine here a little bit, and its roles to move water and eliminate waste a little bit. So it's a really good one to do this time of the year when we're kind of just getting rid of what we don't need and storing what we do need. So we're hydrating here. Take one more round of breath. And then just extend that leg, hugging the other knee in towards the chest here. Keep your breaths nice and even. And then from here, just finding happy babies. You can start with half happy baby and bring your elbow on the inside of that knee, and then take the hand to the outside of the foot here, and then just give it a little wriggle from side to side. You can bring the opposite hand on the top of your thigh here, and then just extending the foot up towards the sky. So flex out through the foot a little bit. You'll be able to wiggle the knee side to side. And then when you're ready, bring the other elbow on the inside, and you can come into full happy baby here. So you can start with a little bit of movement, letting those hips rock side to side. And start to draw the tailbone down a little bit more. And then you may want to play around with straightening through one leg and the other leg, maybe both legs, or just finding stillness in your happy baby, you choose. Taking 2 more rounds of breath. Softening through the fingers, the face, letting go of the facial muscles, and softening down through the hips. And then all we're going to do is cross one knee around the other knee, and then take the outside of the soles of the feet, so outsides of the feet here. And then again, you'll just feel this quite deep, intense hip stretch. You should be feeling it into the outer side of the hip here. Just start to draw the knees in towards each other, and then pull the feet apart. And you can rock side to side here. or just stay in stillness. And then swapping the knees around, drawing the knees in towards each other again, sending the feet in opposite directions. And then in your own time, releasing the knees, finding one foot back down on the earth at a time. Bring your arms out to the sides here. On an inhale, just going to let the air rise into the lungs, fill up the rib cage, spread it wide. And then on the exhale, just going to let one knee draw out to the side. Inhale, the top knee will follow, the other knee will follow, coming into a twist. And then the top knee will come back up. Other knee will follow back to constructive rest, and then going out the other way. So just allowing this organic movement to kind of enter and massage that lower back. If you like, you can let the head go the opposite direction as well. Getting this nice little massage into the hips, the lower back, the shoulders. Going for one more to each side. And then falling out into Shavasana, so extending through the legs. If you've got the bolster here, you can bring it underneath your knees if you like. Otherwise, just finding your starfish position, letting everything completely settle down here. Allowing the buttocks muscles to relax. And softening your eyes to close when you're ready. And then do a scan of the body. Notice any areas that might feel like they need a little bit more love, or they might feel a bit tense. And see if you can soften through those areas. And then notice the areas that feel like they're open and relaxed. Now notice your right big toe. Your right heel. Your left big toe. Your left heel. The inner arch of your right foot. The inner arch of your left foot. Your right calf. Your left calf. The back of your right knee. The back of your left knee. Your right inner thigh. Your left inner thigh. Your right hip. Your left hip. your lower belly, your lower back, your right rib, your left rib, now become aware of your chest, your left shoulder, your right shoulder, your left elbow, your right elbow, the palm of your left hand, opening and softening, palm of your right hand, opening, softening. Now notice your chin, your jaw, and the muscles around your jaw soften down. Letting the jaw be rested, relaxed. Now notice your left cheek, your right cheek, your left temple, your right temple. Now bring your attention to your forehead. Imagine a feather just gently brushing across the forehead from left to right, from left to right. And just allow your eyes to soften deeper and deeper. Bring your awareness to the area between your two eyes and your two eyebrows, your third eye center. Allow this area to rest. Let the whole body rest now. Rest. Let be. And find some movement in your fingers, your toes. And start to wake up organically, however you like. So just letting the body do its thing before you roll up. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed the practice today, and I look forward to practicing with you again. Namaste.